yeah. So the
Oh yeah, he asked me a question about. Yeah.
Did you hear that it was the ice cream man?
There were people saying Ice Cream Man.
Got shot.
No, I just heard Ice Cream Man, and then I can't believe the guy in the suit shot him.
So potentially
the guy in the suit shot the Ice Cream Man. Yes.
But when he came to us,
He probably murdered a man.
probably, but he didn't sound like it was taken care of.
Yeah, because he probably thinks
There's another Ice
Well,
Cream
because he
Man.
killed someone and his son's body wasn't in the back of the fucking truck, so he thought, obviously, I'm going to assume that I'm not a guilty person who killed an innocent man.
Did he look in the freezers though?
Probably if he killed I'm talking to the cops. Okay.
I mean, and I'm gonna take a picture of everything that was in the briefcase. Mm-hmm. First, and be like,
you filmed it all, but sure.
Yeah, no, but I want like detailed photos of everything. I'm gonna hand it to Mark and be like, I mean, you can give this to them now.
I'm not going to touch that briefcase again. So I just put my hands up when she gives this. Like, I am not going to touch the briefcase. I'm not going to be like, oh, by the way, cops, here's some evidence that we had at another crime scene.
I mean, it wasn't a crime scene over there. He was just some.
A man was
crazy guy.
arrested for a crime. It's a crime scene.
No, it was the scene of an
He
arrest.
gave it into your hands. I'm going to talk to the cops. I'm done with this conversation.
Did not put it in
I'm
our
done
hands,
with
he
this
put it on the
conversation.
floor. They arrested him, and then we
touched it.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm going to walk over to one of the cops.
Cool. There are two cops. They're both women standing there, arms crossed. They're kind of just having a quiet, casual conversation with each other. And they don't really pay much attention to you as long as you don't cross the police tape.
I'm going to be like, so I was at that beach when a guy in the suit was arrested. Is that the same guy who was here? I heard someone say about a guy in a suit.
I'm sorry, who are you?
My name's Mark. Just from out of town, visiting. It's a beautiful place. Just curious.
I'm sorry, sir. We're not giving out any information on this case at the moment. It's very new, as you can see, so...
Charm.
Okay, so I must have misheard the people saying that. The guy in the suit shot him, because that was just the people around here saying that. That's my mistake. I just heard them wrong. That's okay. Yeah. Stand around for a bit. Who was that? Thank you for the follow. Samurai Poet. That's a great username. Thank you for the follow on the goddamn table.
It is a great poet. It is a great username.
He's a great poet too.
Great poet.
The samurai poet.
Yeah, the stealthiest of poets.
Stealthy poet.
Didn't even know he existed.
Nah.
A poet, and he didn't even know it.
God damn it. The poet and you didn't even know it.
Well, I'm a bit closer. I'm gonna kind of do a spot hidden on the crime scene. See
Okay.
if they're covering anything else up besides the body. I rolled a 79, which is awful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So there's no ice cream truck here anymore.
No, but even with your 79, you can see tire tracks.
Tire tracks.
Oh, I see. We're about gonna do.
I know.
About gonna do?
They are like real obvious. This
Oh.
thing has been driven through the grass, so.
And it looks like it took. Does it look like it took off quickly? Drive auto.
Sure. Do a drive auto for me.
Hell yeah. That's not hard.
No, it looks like it was just like it had kind of been pulled off onto the grass, stopped for a little bit, like waded into the grass, and then drove away normally.
With the cops, I'm going to start by, as a other conversation, I'm going to just say, not about this case, but I want to say, like, this seems like a pretty crazy thing to happen in a small town like this. I'm going to begin charming away from this and then hopefully segue my way into it.
Sure.
So I'll attempt to make a charm. I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Most charming.
Very charming. Yeah, it's pretty unusual. We don't get stuff like murder very often.
Like murder.
They're small town cops. They're really over their head.
Yeah. they're pretty, yeah.
Do I see the tire tracks?
Yeah. They're very obvious. Like if you're just standing nearby, you can see them.
I'm gonna like tab Xavier and be like,
Yeah.
if he shot the ice cream man,
How did he
and
drive away?
we saw him, where'd the truck go?
Maybe the cops drove it away.
Like,
That'd be weird that they took the vehicle away before the body, but
Yeah, and then on that note, I'm gonna then also noticing that there's the tire tracks here, because I assume I've seen them like that close, and I'm just gonna be like, so if there's not like, were you guys the first on the scene? Like you guys were just called here? Like is this how like? You guys had
Yes,
to cover?
we were the first responders.
First responders.
There's no hospital. Right, you're not from around here. I'm sorry.
No, no.
There's no hospital in town, so you know
that's
we get a lot of the.
Yeah, no, it's gotta be, it's crazy. Like everyone around here, like if there's people, a bunch of people in the driveway, like this is all new to all of them. It's a scary time for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then there was the rest on the beach, which we saw the guy approached us. It was crazy.
You were there.
Yeah, he came up to us and he talked with my sister. No point to her. She's a YouTube blogger. I don't know.
You're gonna,
She's
like, walk up as you're talking about me.
it's just yeah.
One of them knows you, and like kind of gets a little like,
Oh, you know it.
hey, Lacey, right?
Yeah, hi.
So nice to meet you. I really like your YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you so much. We're originally in town, like we were gonna go look at the theater, and then weird things happen wherever I go.
I'm going to try to charm this cop. And I'm going to say, so do you maybe want to, this is actually what Lacey's now looking into. Like she's heard this story of the ice cream man and she wants to like do a little spotlight on that. Have you ever wanted to be in a YouTube video? Because we have a camera, we could interview you.
She like looks at her partner, and her partner like looks back at her like, fuck.
Just a few questions, right, Lacey? That's what you usually do, right?
That's all I ever do.
Yeah.
I can only give so much information, but you know, I'm a big fan, so I would love to be a little bit helpful towards the situation. You know, I tell you what I can.
We don't mind like hanging out. If you've got stuff to do, we can wait until you're done, and then we can do it after that. I don't want to be a bother.
Sure, why don't you hang out till this is dealt with, and then maybe you can come down to the station with us and we can do this the right way.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Would it be easier if we actually just met you at the station as opposed to like hanging around here like vultures looking at the crime scene? You guys will probably want some privacy to do this, right?
I mean, you know, it's a small town, so it's sort of up in the air as to what you guys can do because we have to be here. So if you want to stay, you can stay or you can go.
Sure. I'm going to walk over to Xavier
Looking at the tracks.
and be like, I still, because they're probably on the other side of the tape, right? The tracks?
Yep.
Yeah, because we probably can't like look in the tracks. But
Okay,
I'd be like,
nearby the tracks. I'm like,
do you think we could maybe try to follow those tracks for a bit?
sure.
See how far until we lose them?
Has the ambulance made it? Like, is the body gone?
If you guys wait another 5-10 minutes, there would definitely be an ambulance there. It's coming from a neighboring town, but like it's an ambulance, so it's not going to take a super long time.
I would like to wait until the ambulance is there, and then I'm just gonna get like some establishing shots without a dead body in the middle of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And then we can follow those tracks.
Cool. Well, if you can split up as well. If you guys want to leave and you want to stay, that's fine.
I'm sure
Because pretty much as soon as the ambulance gets there and the body is gone, they will start cleaning up the crime scene and then leave.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Let's. I'm just gonna see even just how far I can follow it.
Sure. Give me a.
What do you want? Drive, auto, spot hidden, navigate.
I want a. Like the. Let's say natural world.
What?
It's in the grass.
Oh, there's actually one called tracking.
Oh, is there tracking?
There's
That's
track.
what I want.
I didn't take tracking. I was going to.
That's what I want.
Okay.
Roll well.
You're following literal tracks. Come on, man.
Yeah, but they're car tracks. No.
Cool. You can see that they go for a short distance, but they basically peel onto the road again and disappear.
Yeah.
I imagine. You
Is there a way we can tell from the way the tracks if it turned onto the road, which direction it probably would have started driving?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It looks like it's heading. No, it's in here.
Turn right or left.
North, south,
North,
east,
south.
west?
From if you were standing with your back to the park, it would have turned right.
Okay. Following the road to the right.
Yep.
How far does it go until there's an intersection?
Like you can see the intersection from here. It's not far.
Small
it's a small
town.
town.
Small town.
It's just a 4-way stop. It's not a big intersection.
I'll walk up to. None of them are big exercises.
I know.
I'll walk up to that intersection.
Okay.
And it's a 4-way stub?
Yep.
Looking in every direction, does it look like towards any other, like maybe the elementary school is one of those directions directly, or...
Nothing you can see. Like, the area you're in is very residential, so it looks kind of like all directions lead to just houses in suburban area, but
Okay.
you're not from around here. They might go somewhere else.
Okay. And at this, I can do spot hidden here to see if there's any obvious...
Sure.
While he's doing that, what do you think of asking some of the people across the street in their
Yeah, we're
driveways
talking.
or knocking on their doors and asking what they saw? If they saw an ice cream truck, who shot him? Did he drive the ice cream truck away? I think asking these people could be a good thing for you to do.
Yeah. I can do that. Are there people still in their driveways at all, or are they all like...
Most of them have kind of gone back in their houses, but, I mean,
We can
there's
knock on the
nothing to
door.
stop you. Yeah, door knocking.
Small town, everyone's really friendly here too.
Or crazy, maybe.
Yeah.
Or crazy,
We're
maybe.
crazy.
We only
gonna-
talked to one of them.
When we pulled up, or when we walked up, we sort of saw which driveways people were like standing in, right?
Yeah.
I have a vague idea. I'm gonna go to the first one of those and like knock on their door,
Cool.
ring the doorbell, be a
Um,
bro.
the door doesn't open, but you hear, who is it? From behind the door.
Hi, my name's Lacey Herring. I'm a investigative reporter. I was just wondering if you guys had
Nailed it.
seen anything about what happened across the street.
Can you make a persuade check?
Yes.
Or a charm or a fast talk, whichever you prefer.
Persuade is my best bet. Boom! Got
Yeah,
it.
okay, so the door cracks open a little bit. Well, what do you want to know?
Did you see anything?
I mean, my house is right across the street from the park. I saw what you would expect.
Did you see any of the people?
Look,
Great question.
I saw the ice cream truck, and I saw a guy get out of his car, and he heard a gunshot, and then he left.
Did you see who drove the ice cream truck away?
I think it was the cops. I'm pretty sure they took it processing or whatever.
Well, she said that she saw a guy come out of his car. I'm gonna do a spot check for any cars that are pulled over on the side of the street that aren't like behind police line that maybe the cops didn't assume was the person's car.
Sure.
Just a car that's parked there. I rolled an 83.
Nope. No cars
No cars.
at all.
There's no cars at all.
No cars at all.
Okay.
Oh.
Everybody has like vacated this park, and there aren't any cars
So
left
maybe,
behind.
what if the car that he drove is down by the beach? Because that's where we saw him. Maybe he drove it down to the beach, got back in, and...
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good thought.
Or, well, no, because the ice cream truck wasn't at the beach, so... You didn't drive the ice cream truck there.
I don't think you drove. I don't think.
I'm just
you drove
gonna
the ice cream
say to the
truck.
guy, thank you so much for
I think
your
there was a
time."
second guy. There's
Have a nice
more
day.
than one person in that ice
Closes
cream
the door very quickly. So by this time, the ambulance has arrived, and they've loaded the body in and taken it away, and the cops are just sort of taking pictures, cleaning up their little number tags and their tape, and they're about to get ready to go.
Then I'll walk back over, and I'll go and talk with the police officer that I was talking to before, and be like, "Sorry, I didn't catch your name."
My name,
Let me look it up in my notes here.
hang on.
Looks at her badge.
So who am I? My name is Jessica Redding.
So Jessica, is now a good time to ask you a few questions?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it right now.
Sure.
That would be great.
I'm gonna just sort of thrust the camera into Mark's hand again.
Oh yeah, sure.
So, Jessica, can you explain to us what happened
She's
here?
like really big and smiling. Like, awkward fangirl. What I can say is that there was a shooting of a public service worker. He's familiar with this town, and the suspect has been apprehended.
There's tire tracks at the scene. Are police, Mark, what's the word I'm looking for? Do police have that vehicle?
We have impounded the ice cream truck for processing, looking for evidence, obviously, of what has gone on, why this may have happened, but we don't have any further information at this time.
Man, do you know what would be great for your channel? If when they're done looking through the ice cream truck, if we could get some footage inside. That would look really good.
You know,
Just, when you're done with it, like, we can wait till the next day. I'm going to try to charm her. Just like, it would be really great. I rolled a 54, which is a success.
you know, I'll talk to my boss. I'll find out if we can maybe, before we hand it back over to its rightful owner.
I'm gonna like sling my backpack from like over and I'm gonna like rifle through it. I'm gonna pull out like a business card and be like, here's my phone number, social media handles, email. Like, if anything comes up and you would like to share it with us, please let me know.
She is really happy to take your card and like holds it like it's a prize. Yeah, absolutely. I will. I'll get in touch with you when I know something.
Excellent, Jessica. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And she'll go back over
And I'm
to her
gonna
partner.
like, before she leaves, I'm gonna dig through my bag and I'm gonna pull out a sticker. I'm gonna give her a sticker too.
She's giddy with glee. And as she gets in the passenger side of the cop car, and she's just gonna like wave to you as she leaves.
How many subscribers do you have again?
I don't know.
Pick a number.
Oh, I was trying to think. I'm richer than a 24-year-old should be with a YouTube channel.
Nice. That's probably good. You're probably close. You probably have at least
And you
500,000 to a million.
enough that you reach this small town on an
Wow,
island in
yeah.
the west coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming in. It's coming in. It's worth it. It's really good.
I will save you flipping. There's nothing on any other pages.
I don't believe it when I see it.
Put something
He's just gonna get to the last page.
I should just take it back and put something on the Justin, you were wrong.
All right. So the cops took the ice cream truck.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
There was another car that came. Do we maybe want to go back to the beach and
See if there's a sketchy-looking car that matches the sketchy-looking dude that approached me on the beach.
maybe? But I mean, I feel like he gave us everything we needed. But the problem is, he's an idiot because there's nothing to go on. It's just his crazy ramblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could go to. There's got to be a library or something here with some computers.
There sure is.
I could go and browse for a bit. Maybe try to find something with these notes.
I'm going to pull out my cell phone. I'm just gonna type in the name of the first girl and be like, we have the Google.
Yeah, well, the thing is, yeah, you can do that stuff, but then you find the stuff that's curated by the website. Like, we can look up old newspaper articles in the city, right? Like, in their archive.
I didn't mention it earlier as well. Cell phone reception is spotty here.
Yeah, we're also
Like,
in horror movies, so yeah.
yeah, you can.
She needs to get rid of them.
There are times where it's totally okay, and times where, for convenience sake, it doesn't work.
So yeah, we could go there. Also, like, looking up old newspapers could be very helpful, right? Especially with any of these names.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with you. They probably have Wi-Fi there. That's probably better than the mediocre reception, and maybe computers that would be better than my cell phone.
Maybe.
Cool. Do you guys want to try and go to the library?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's get lunch though first. I'm hungry.
Down by the beach, see if there's a car.
No. I feel like if there was anything in the car, he would have put it in the briefcase and gave it to us. I feel like he's not trying to hide anything from us. Assuming this is still the man who did that. I don't know why I'm so into this, but
Yay!
it's exciting. I'm working on vacation. It's great.
You're not working on vacation. You're doing my work on vacation.
Work is work, no matter who it's for. All right.
Yeah. So
There's a little.
you guys walk over to the library. Well, you can. There's a cafe right by the library.
We just skip through lunch.
Yeah, sandwiches,
Just to kill some time for you.
coffee,
Kill some time.
you know.
I know how it is. You're like, they need to do something at 3 o'clock and it's only 10:14.
Oh God, there are days to go by before anything happened. No, it's fine. Yeah. So you get to the
Skip
library.
3 days, no.
Yeah, be careful. And it's, once again, small, surprise, surprise, but it's very quaint. You walk in the front door, and to your right, there's a adult library section, and then to your left, it's sort of teens and children's books. If you walk further into the back, there's like encyclopedias, and sort of in that area is where there is one computer. It looks like it was from like the late 90s.
I'm going to open my cell phone. Is there Wi-Fi?
There is Wi-Fi. It is.
Bad Wi-Fi?
No, it's okay. It's totally usable. And it's open. It's just the like
Right.
standard
Yeah.
public library
Great,
Wi-Fi.
Great.
You have to like accept their terms and conditions before you use it.
Okay, so you're gonna go on your phone?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm
My
not talk-
computer doesn't look like it can do anything.
So, this guy wasn't from Dally Mist, right?
No. And the ice cream guy wasn't either.
But maybe I can look up, maybe they have other newspapers put here, so I can look up Camden, Humanes, and Navover.
One of those, that third one's on the mainland, so the other two sound like they're on the island.
Yeah, I could kind of find out where they are. Maybe that's where I'll start. See if they're close. See if they have anything related to these, and also the names. So I'll start there. Maybe I'll go talk to the librarian and see if there's an archive that I can look through.
I'm gonna start by Googling the name Peter Holmesworth.
Ah, okay. Can you give me?
Computer use? I see she has stats in it.
Yeah, sure. Let's say computer use.
We all put stats in it. I put the least.
Ah! Nope. No dice.
Spam, welcome
Okay.
to the golden
Spam and
table. No, she's doing great. She's doing really good.
Oh, I picked a character right off the top that I could be like really shaky for because I was like, I'm gonna shake anyways.
You got all your nerves out?
Yeah, that's good.
Excellent. No, I failed.
Okay, yeah, you Google his name and you get like his Facebook page and some like his missing child
Right.
photos, and there's a small blurb on his wife who's basically just calling him crazy and talking about how he stole their kid and locked it in his basement. Just a news article.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So
you want to talk to the librarian?
yeah, just see if the computer I can or if there's an archive of the stuff, because normally these places will at least archive old newspapers of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She points you in the direction of the computer and mentions that there are archives, public archives back there, but they're a bit of a mess, so you would have to look through them yourselves. It's not something that she could help you with. That way.
Okay, and it's all free. I can use this. I don't have to pay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool.
Small
cool.
town.
Okay. Sure. I'll. So there's an actual archive that you just like manually look through,
Yeah.
and there's a computer, which has Google. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna spend a miracle. I'm gonna roll the best die roll I've ever rolled in my life on the library use. I'm gonna spend an hour, and after I don't find anything, I'm gonna give up unless I roll perfectly. Nope, 87.
I was gonna say you already rolled a 4 today, Justin.
Yeah, but that was on like a charm, which I succeed on everything but 15 results. So
I will say that you spend the hour looking. You don't find anything really of note, but you do notice that everything is from just this town. There is nothing from surrounding towns in this library. There's nothing from anything outside. This town is very like not well archived elsewhere.
Well, that does make sense. That it would just be this town for the archive.
Yeah.
But is it like eerily just this town?
Not necessarily. It just feels like
So as a dude who doesn't believe, I'm just like, man.
yeah, you're just like whatever. It just seems like they pay attention to only their stuff and not what's going on elsewhere.
Okay.
Very small town life.
And I suppose I'll also take some time to Google Camden, Humanes, and Navover.
Okay, Camden is don't even worry about it because it's very easily found. Camden is a town that is about 20 minutes drive south of Dallysmith, and what else did I make up?
Humanes.
Humanes is half an hour north, and Navover is on the mainland. It's a bigger city.
Yeah.
One ferry ride away.
Sounds like Megan picked this one just because it reminds her of where she grew up.
Just telling you, points if you can figure out what Dally's myth is actually. Because I ripped it off hard.
Amazing.
Mike, do you want to do anything? Please do something.
Library?
Yeah, in the library.
I don't know what bases are covered.
Or on your phone.
We have service?
Yeah, there's Wi-Fi
There's
here.
Wi-Fi in the
There's
library.
Wi-Fi.
But you also have like some
Wi-Fi.
shitty, a few bars of your data here.
3G.
Yeah. Some
Every once in
shitty
a while
small
it takes
town.
you onto the Edge
I'll
network.
search the other 2 kids that we know about on the Googles.
So David's from Camden then.
Yeah.
This is where they all went missing.
So you search for the other 2 kids.
Yeah, Annabelle and Dustin.
You don't find much more information than was given to you in the briefcase. It doesn't look like anybody really investigated further on these cases.
But there's police.
There's police information. There's
Okay.
the like Facebook / this child is missing.
Yeah. Okay.
Pleas from parents. But it seems like they are all still missing.
Right.
Can you guys do a spot hidden check for me?
I would love to more than anything in the
Ooh.
world. 93.
Boom!
You do it?
I did it.
I'm one off.
It sucks, Mike.
Okay, so you notice on a bulletin board that this has been ripped out hastily because it feels like it's still warm from a press kind of thing, and posted to a bulletin board for people to see.
It's a newspaper clipping. It's a clipping from a newspaper.
Props.
This is from today.
From today?
You mean from today?
This is from today.
August 4th?
Sunday,
2019?
August 4th, 2019. Census killing. The merry bells of an ice cream truck bring joy to the hearts of children, but today one set of bells fell silent. Jeffrey Kelly set out this morning on his ice cream truck to begin what he hoped would be a fun and profitable career. Sadly, tragedy struck as Jeffrey has been handing out frozen treats to eager children. An unidentified man leaped out of a car and ran up to Mr. Kelly. According to eyewitnesses, the man calmly fired 3 shots of a small pistol into Mr. Kelly, then said, "I got it wrong," and fled the scene on foot.
What a
Police are still looking for the gunman.
They found him.
Oh, they found him. How did they publish this before?
Hot off the presses.
It does feel warm still.
But do they print their paper in the middle of the day?
It looks like it's on printer paper. Like it's not.
So the librarian printed it out?
Yeah. Doesn't look like newspaper.
It's a blog. Well, it's a newspaper site.
Yeah. He got it wrong. God, this fucking guy is... He's just being like... He just wants his 15 minutes of fame. You're going to make a video about him. And at the end is be like, surprise! He was the ice cream truck killer. He killed his own son. His wife is right.
I mean, that's possible. But now the town of the town of Dalymist has a new ghost story.
This isn't really a ghost story, in all fairness. This is just cold-blooded murder from the sounds of it.
I don't think you understand how ghost stories work in the modern day and age. Cold-blooded murders are basically like modern ghost stories.
Well, your subscribers will love it.
It's true.
Alright, well, I mean, other than random Googling I'm going to do until 2 o'clock in the morning, we can't really go anywhere from here
Yeah.
until that cop calls me.
Yeah.
For the truck. Who owns the... What was the ice cream company?
I mean, individual contractors on ice cream trucks.
What we need to do is once we can get a picture of what this ice cream truck looks like, we already
Right.
have the pictures of the other one, right? So
But
we just have to see if it's the same one.
the cop said that they were going to return the truck to the rightful owner. That means the guy who got shot is not the owner of this truck.
Well, yeah, it's probably the company who.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go lie down on a bench somewhere, maybe have a nap. If I hear ice cream trucks song, I'll wake up and buy some ice cream and talk to the guy. Maybe I'll get kidnapped by some sort of ghost, then you'll come find me.
Oh.
But that's what I'm gonna do for the time being. And if that guy calls, you call me, okay? If the cop calls.
Sure.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go enjoy the beach for a little bit.
Great.
So you're going back to the beach.
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna do?
Is the theater related to this, or is this just a reason to get me to the town? Because either I'm gonna say I'm gonna spend the next like 2 days interviewing people at the theater, or we're gonna roleplay that.
How much do I want to roleplay that? No, we don't have the time. It's not directly related. It's just a reason for you to be there.
I'm gonna kill time. I'm gonna go to the theater. I'm gonna interview the people who work at the theater. We're gonna talk about the 2 little kids, and
Yeah.
and I'm gonna.
They will tell you horrifying stories of, shows being put on and children interrupting things.
You
and
walk through with your sound.
lights
Nothing
flickering, people waiting in the wings stand by and like have props get knocked off tables but nobody else is there, and people being in the theater after hours and having a conversation where no one else is around, and then they can hear children laughing in the background.
Excellent. I'm gonna spend however long it takes the next day, the next 2 days, chatting, interviewing.
You get all sorts of great footage for your channel, lots of spooky stories, no actual evidence.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
I'm sure the police station's not far away.
It's within walking distance. Everything in this town is within walking distance.
I'm going to walk to the police station.
Cool.
We're also gonna take a little break for YouTube.
Excellent.